In this video, we're going to delve deep into one of the most sought after topics in fitness, which is how to build a massive chest. Whether you're aiming for strength, size, or just wanting an aesthetic look, building a strong chest is an absolute necessity to reach that goal. And I'm going to break down the exercises, the form, and the techniques to help you get there. And before jumping in, I'm going to take just 30 seconds to tell you about a special offer that I have. If you're interested in maximizing your fitness progress, I would highly suggest that you go check out my full bodybuilding guide, which I've linked down below. This guide includes some of the best workouts, best exercises, best splits, best nutrition, and just general lifestyle tips that I think you'll find valuable. So if you're interested, go check that out. First link down below in the description. Now, back to the video. Before delving into the specifics of how to build a massive chest, how to build that upper shelf, I'm going to quickly discuss the anatomy of the chest muscles. And I'm not going to make it confusing like a lot of fitness people do. Like, oh yeah, the pectoralis major is the, none of that. It's just going to be simple. What I'm going to tell you right now is that you have an upper chest and you have a lower chest. And there are certain exercises that target those parts of your chest. And that's it. That's really all you need to know. Let's go ahead and discuss exactly how to build your chest up. Also gain some strength as well. So this video is basically going to be broken up into 3 main criteria of how to build a giant chest. And let's go ahead and discuss criteria number 1, which is exercise selection. I'm going to discuss 5 variants of different chest exercises that you can do in order to maximize your chest gains. And I also think that everyone should be trying all 5 of these exercises out for themselves. Now, obviously, everyone is built differently and everyone has different preferences for different exercises, but I think it's very important that you try all 5 of these different exercises out that I'm going to discuss to you today, just because they're that good. Number 1, we have bench press. This is just a regular bench press. A flat bench press is what it would be called in the fitness world. But I think you should definitely try this out. Now it hits the full chest, the upper chest, the lower chest, even in the middle of your chest. Bench press will get all of that targeted. And you can do these with a barbell or using dumbbells. It doesn't really matter. It's just whatever your preference is. And then number 2, we have incline bench press. So instead of flat regular bench press, it's on an incline. However, it's similar to flat bench press because you can still use either a barbell or some dumbbells. And the thing that makes it different from flat bench press is that it targets more of your upper chest. I mean, it'll still target your whole chest, but it has an emphasis on your upper chest, and it kind of makes your upper chest kind of pop out up around your collarbone and gives you that aesthetic upper chest strongman look, which I think is great. And then for number 3, we have dips. And dips are great because they target your lower chest. So like how incline targets your upper chest, dips will get the lower chest. And then number 4, we have cable flies, which is a great option to add in a little bit of variety into your chest day, because instead of doing all the pressing movement like we were talking about, you can incorporate some flying movement, which is also going to help isolate your chest as well. So you're not getting a lot of shoulder or tricep action when you're doing flies. Flies are great for targeting just your chest. Number 5 on this list is just combined machine variant of chest exercises. These machine variants basically mimic all these different chest exercises that I've mentioned already. Some people prefer machines over the other movements, which is completely fine. Again, it's just up to whatever you personally prefer. Some examples of machines are bench press machines, incline bench press machines, dips machines, and even pec deck flying machines as well. And if you don't know the names of all these, that's completely okay. Just go to the gym, get started, and you'll learn all about it faster than you would ever expect. Every one of these movements that I've mentioned here are perfect for growing your chest. They're just simply that good. And now moving on to the second part of the criteria, which is frequency, volume, and progressive overload. This is going to be important for actually seeing gains in the gym. And basically from here on out in this video, the points that I provide to you get even more and more important. First of all, let's discuss volume and frequency because they kind of go hand in hand. And first of all, you should be aiming to do about 10 to 20 sets per week for chest specifically. People always say that this is wrong, and genuinely I think that's pretty stupid because it is true and it will show some results if you follow that. And for frequency, you should be hitting chest 2 to 3 times per week, which is ideal for most people, and it gives you enough time to recover throughout the week while also keeping the chest muscles stimulated. And then progressive overload is arguably one of the most important aspects of all of weight training. So not just chest, It's important for every muscle group, just weight training in general. And progressive overload in simple terms basically just means increasing the amount of weight that you use or the amount of reps that you do so that you can actually see progress. For example, if you do 225 on bench for 6 reps on 1 week, in the next week that you hit chest, try to aim for 225 for 7 or more reps, or maybe even just up the weight. That's a pretty good example of progressive overload. Progressive overload is basically just make each set and each workout increasingly more difficult the longer you go. So make sure you're not using the same amount of weight, doing the same amount of reps, same amount of volume. You get the idea. Make sure to actually improve how much weight, how many reps you're doing in the gym to see progress. And now for the third point of criteria is nutrition and rest. And I'm not going to dive too deep into this because I've already made 2 videos on the perfect diet for bulking and for cutting. So you can go check those out if you want to see more insights and more in-depth analysis on these diets. But I am going to discuss to you the ideas that you need to know. Number 1 is rest. Make sure that you're giving your chest 48 hours in between each chest day. So if I hit chest on Monday, make sure that you don't hit chest any sooner than Thursday to give that 48-hour gap in between. And then also make sure that you're getting 7 to 9 quality hours of sleep every single night, because that's where most of the muscle repair actually happens. And then next is the nutrition aspect, and the most important part for building muscle is getting a surplus amount of calories. So basically eating more calories than you burn every single day. And also plenty of protein. So good sources of protein are like chicken, fish, eggs, beef, and other dairy products as well. And also make sure that you're eating plenty of carbs and fats. Carbs are going to help you to fuel your workouts and fuel you throughout the day, and fats are going to help regulate your hormones, so like your testosterone and things like that. Make sure, again, that you're getting enough calories, enough protein, and enough carbs and fats. That's the most important part when it comes to nutrition. And again, I go far more in depth on that in those 2 videos that I made. So you can go check those out. Those will be linked below underneath that full bodybuilding guide. Nutrition and rest is the most important part of all of fitness as a whole. Building your chest cannot be done without proper nutrition and rest. If you ignore the nutrition and the rest, you can go ahead and ignore all the weight training as well, because the weight training cannot be productive and efficient without proper nutrition and rest. That's the 3 criteria that we were going to discuss today. So exercise selection, volume, frequency, and progressive overload, and nutrition and rest. And that's what you need to know in order to build a massive chest. If you nail these 3 criteria, you will build a massive chest. Again, if you want to maximize your fitness progress, be sure to check out that full bodybuilding guide, which I have linked in the first link of the description down below. And I hope you found this video valuable. Again, if you did, make sure to drop a like and subscribe for more fitness content just like this video right here. I'm going to be making more videos on all the different muscle groups that you can hit. So I've already made a video on back. I'm going to be making a video on arms, legs, abs, things like that as well. So make sure you stick around. I make sure to provide as much value in as little amount of time as possible in these videos. So be sure to subscribe and stick around. And of course, go crush your goals. And most importantly, take care.